Hello everyone, I'm Aka and welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be giving you a little tour of my garden, showing you my plants. In my previous video, I did mention that I've really gotten into gardening this past few years, but more especially, I've gotten more intensely into it this past several months. So yeah, I'd like to show you my plants, the plants in my garden. So we'll start off here. We'll start off with these strawberries. I got them for 100 kwacha. It was actually a good deal. The man was selling them for 35 kwacha each, but since I was using Airtel money, he said I could send him 100 and he'll throw the third one in at a discount, so that was nice. I have the caricature plant. I believe I have a few of these. There's another one hiding somewhere around here. I have the impatient, also known as the busy lizards. These ones are very easy to grow. They're pretty much like weeds, honestly. You actually have to be careful where you plant them because they will spread everywhere. As you can see, they started growing in the crack of the house here, and I've been debating whether or not to remove them, but I'd let them bloom and see how they'll look around the house, and then I'll remove them. Yeah, I have this plant over here. I'm not sure what the name is, but it came as a tiny little plant and it took quite a while to get to this height. Look how beautiful those hanging little things look. Yeah, I have a blackberry bush that's growing in a pot, not doing too well. I expected it to have started flowering by now, but it hasn't yet. Here, oh, this is a big weed. I love pulling these types of weeds out, but they are terrible. They are absolutely horrible. They're invasive. I'm actually trying to figure out a way to permanently get rid of them because I find myself pulling them nearly every day, and they grow so fast. So here you can have a look at all the plants I have. I don't know all their names. All I know is they're pretty and they look good in my garden. My garden is a bit of a mess. This section is a bit of a mess. I need to repot some of them and probably get rid of the impatiens because they're taking over everywhere. I also have more plants back there, or it will go back there when we're done here. I have some poinsettia there. The bush, I took cuttings from it a couple of weeks ago, which is this one and this one. I hope they take, but usually poinsettia are very easy to grow, so I don't expect any problems. I'm trying to propagate them and see how many I can grow. Yeah, here's more of my plants. So these things that look like dry sticks, this is actually jasmine. I was trimming my jasmine bush about 3-4 weeks ago, and so I took the huge stems to plant in the hope that they'll germinate, but I took a few days before I was able to plant them. I think I had to run around, so I wasn't home much. I ended up taking a little bit long to plant them, so I'm afraid they might not do well. There's hope. Look at that. That's a little test you can do when your plant looks super dry like this and you think they're dead. just sort of scratch the surface of the skin, and if you see some green, that means there's hope, so just leave it. So we'll do the same for this one. This one not looking as great, but we'll leave it all the same. Oh no, there's some green. It's perfectly fine. I have more here, and this is some mint I got from my mom's place, I think about 3 weeks ago. It's the first time mint is germinating. I've really struggled. Most people have no problems growing mint, but for me it's a real struggle, and so I'm excited to see this. This is progress. So I have more jasmine. This one is jasmine. These are bougainvillea. So for the past 3 or 4 years, I've been obsessed with bougainvillea. I just love how they look. I love the energy that they bring. I love how vibrant they are. And so I've been trying to collect as many colors as I can. When my daughter was little, we would go for walks in Roma, and Roma has so many bougainvillea, and would take cuttings, but I've not had much success with them. I've probably planted maybe 100, and the ones that have germinated are about 3 up until now. So about a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, I went to pick the kids up, and I noticed that in the area just near my children's school, someone was, well, there's construction going on, massive construction. And so a yard that previously had bougainvillea, they were removing that and putting a fence. And so I parked on the side of the road and asked for some of their thicker cuttings, because from my research, apparently you have to take thicker cuttings if you want to have a better success rate. So I took these cuttings, and it has taken a while, to be honest. I was almost giving up until about a month ago when I saw this guy start. So I'm super excited. I'm not even sure what color they're going to be. All I know is that I have managed to propagate this bougainvillea from stem, and every morning I come out and look at this, and it makes me so happy. About 2 weeks ago, I thought this was dead, so I tried to pull it out, and then I saw this little guy. Look at that. Look down, it's growing. We have a little something happening there. I was so excited. So all these are all bougainvillea. No, this is jasmine. So the back row is jasmine and the front row is mainly bougainvillea. And then last week I noticed this little guy. Another one is growing. Why can we not get into focus? What's happening? Is it too small? But yeah, I noticed that. We're having trouble with focusing. I don't know why. There should be no issue. Okay. Anyway, you can see that we have that growing. And then just now, as I was recording, I noticed this. I hadn't noticed this all this time. So, oh my gosh. I've got 1, 2, 3. I've got 3 germinating so far. I'm so excited. Wow. Look at that, and it's so healthy. This is nice. Why can it not focus? What's happening? Should I put my hand there? Anyway, you can see for yourselves. So this time around I did something different. Aside from just getting the thicker stems to plant, I also bruised or injured the part that was going into the soil. So I scraped off part of the skin of the branch, and then I took some aloe vera and smeared it on all the little injuries that I caused. And then on top of that, I made a hole with an object. I made a hole and put some cinnamon inside of the hole. So the cinnamon is antifungal. It has antifungal properties, so it helps the plant sort of stay healthy as it's trying to develop the roots. And then the aloe helps with root production. So I did those two things, and I've seen a massive improvement in my success rate when propagating from stem. So I have 1, 2, 3, oh, 4. I have 4. I bet when I come next time there'll be more. Oh, I'm so excited. I don't know this one. I don't know if this one, if there's hope for this one, but I'll keep it in all the same. But anyway, these are the little babies that I'm growing here. And I have my succulents back here. They need to be tended to. They've been a bit neglected. Probably need a bit of water. And then I have my orange tree. See all those little oranges growing, and it's still flowering. You can see the flowers there. Look at that. So I'm excited. This is only technically the second time, but practically the third time it's producing oranges. Previously it produced, I think, one or two oranges. And then last year it produced several oranges, although they were not very sweet. So give me some tips. What fertilizer can I use to help improve the taste of my oranges? They're very juicy, but they're not sweet. So yeah, please let me know what I can add to help my trees, my citrus trees, improve in taste. Then we come to this area. Look at this. We have my garden pothos. So this is a huge plant. Look at the size of that leaf in comparison to my hand. So it's a very, very impressive plant. Look at that. So I came about this. Well, this plant came from my mom and dad's. My mom was trimming her garden pothos and threw away a vine. And so my little sister was playing with it as a necklace. It was actually just something like this. And so I cut it up and planted it here. The idea was for this whole wall to be filled up. And I did have support nails, but as the garden pothos got bigger and the weight got heavier, some of those supports fell. So I actually have to put this back against the wall. I need to go to builder's warehouse and see what I can find. But yeah, that's the plan. These ones on the ground are not supposed to be here. They're supposed to be at the wall. So the garden pothos is so long, it actually reaches somewhere there. I've just not had time to put all the supports to go that way. But yeah, that's the plan. I have some ferns as well, also courtesy of Mom. Mom loves plants. Mom has so many plants, and I think I have whatever plant disease that she has. It seems to be quite contagious. This pipe that you keep seeing here is actually electricity pipe. So we had lights along the fence, and then about 2 years ago, during the height of load shedding, thieves came and just cut the wires off, as you can see there. So we had to elongate the fence, and then now we're in the process of putting if you know any places I can get good quality pots and at a good price, please let me know. I'm on the lookout, because obviously these growing bags are not meant to be there long-term homes for these plants. It's just for now. So yes, I'm in the market for good quality flower pots, preferably reasonably priced, because I'll need quite a big number. I have lots of plants, so yeah, please do that for me. Now this, we're having trouble here. These plants don't like the sun. I need to find a shady spot to put them, probably somewhere this side. I might have to swap some of the plants there. Oh, my yard is a bit of a mess because the children were just playing here. My little niece and nephew and my daughter, so they range from 2 to 7. So this is their favorite place to play, and they make a big mess when they're done. Anyway, I need to find a shady spot for this plant, but I'm not sure where. I've been thinking of where to put it for a while, with not too much success. Anyway, I have more bougainvillea. These ones I took from my bougainvillea plant that's over there. I'll show it to you in a minute. So these have only been in the ground for about a week and a half, 2 weeks. My daughter helped me with this. She was very helpful. This is a rose bush, which my mom brought me a cutting. So we're hoping for the best. They've been in the ground for about 2 weeks. But if you know anything about roses, you know how they trick you into thinking that they're growing, and then you wake up one morning and they're dead. So I'm optimistic, but I'm also cautious. So I'm cautiously optimistic. This is from a rose, actually. I bought a few roses from the rose garden a few weeks ago, and after I cut one of them, I planted the stem here, and it seems to be doing okay. But again, you never get too comfortable with roses. They can trick you and then just do whatever they want. So this line is roses. These are roses, and these are bougainvillea. Yeah, we'll see what happens. More bougainvillea. I can already see this is not doing well. So you see, when you use thin stems, what happens? They just rot. They get root rot. So this is rotten. Nothing is going to happen here. Get rid of that. This one also has root rot. You see that? Yeah. I think, yeah, this is done. I don't think anything will come of this. But there's a little bit of hope I'm seeing. Maybe I should put it back. Okay, let me put it back and see what happens. But honestly, I doubt it very much. This one, showing signs, but they too are like roses. They trick you into thinking something is happening, and then they die on you. So don't get your hopes up. This is another rose that I got from the other side of the yard. This is a red rose, very pretty but very thorny, as you can see. So I'm trying to propagate this one. And then, so remember when I said I've only been able to grow about 3 bougainvillea? So this is one, this is the other, and the other one I'll show you. It's over there somewhere. I'll show you. So yeah, I'm trying to train them to go along the fence. Imagine if we have bougainvillea this whole area, and when they're in full bloom, imagine how nice that will look. And they have access to full sun, which bougainvillea love. So there's potential here. But obviously I need pots. Like I said, I need to buy pots. I need big sturdy pots where I'm going to transplant them into. So please let me know if you have any pot suppliers. I have another bougainvillea that's in this 20-liter bucket. I bought this from one of those little nurseries off the side of the road. It cost 150 kwacha. Yeah. So I got this. It's called Super Snow. I got this rose bush from the rose garden in Kablonga. The plants are really healthy and it's thriving. It's the first rose bush I'm putting in a pot. I'd like to see how it performs in here, because usually I plant them in the ground. So this is a first for me, but so far so good. Let me just drench the bougainvillea quickly. I water it about once or twice every 2 weeks. That drenching is sufficient. Okay. Another bougainvillea that I planted, I think last week, 2 weeks ago. And then we recently made this flower bed here just along the fence. And yeah, the marigold seem to be enjoying themselves here. I have these giant yellow marigolds that are doing really well. And then I have some orange ones over there. So those are more than I think they're called miniature or the ordinary. Those are the ordinary marigold, orange variety. Interestingly, I had both yellow and orange marigold, but each time I spread the seeds, only the orange ones seem to be growing. So that's interesting. But I'm really loving how it's looking here. As soon as you enter the yard, you throw your eyes to your left and you see this beautiful burst of color. So I'm very pleased with this. Here are the ordinary orange ones. These ones are spent. Even when we were planting them, I knew they were old, but I just didn't want to leave this place empty. So they are spent, but I can already see they've dropped their seeds. In a few weeks, this whole bed will be full of fresh, new, young marigold, and yeah, it will be pretty again. So I'm not going to uproot these old ones. I'll leave them until they turn brown, and then let the new ones germinate. As you can see, those are the seeds. So very soon we'll see new fresh ones growing out of here. But the thing with marigold that I've noticed is, for as long as you don't remove the old plants, the new ones will not start germinating. I don't know what sort of science there is, but it's just an observation that I've made. As soon as I remove the old ones like this, tomorrow we'll see little ones have already started growing. But for now, I would like all these orange ones to dry and spread their seeds here, then I'll remove them. Just giving these a quick watering. I haven't watered them since I think Friday. They're actually doing really well this year. In previous years they've struggled a bit, but surprisingly this year has been fantastic. They're thriving, doing really well. Now let's go to the hose pipe is stuck. I hate when that happens, when it gets all twisted. There we go. So we're going to the flower bed that's along the driveway. This one. Let me show you what I have growing in here. Okay. So I have a chili, first of all. And then I have Chinese cabbage. They are at their peak right now, doing really well. We just had some yesterday for supper and they were so delicious. There's just something about growing your own food, you know, something special. It just tastes so good when you grow it yourself. We'll probably have some tonight as well. Chinese is one of my favorite vegetables, followed only, I think it's only second to chihuahua. Pumpkin leaves, that's my number one favorite. Hi, baby.
Hi. Can I go on chicken party?
Sure. Okay. All right. Aside from the Chinese, you observe There's this beautiful white flower here. So this is hibiscus. This tree was huge, but it was severely diseased, so I had to trim it quite significantly. So since I trimmed it, it's coming back really well. The leaves are nice and green, healthy. So yeah, I made the right decision to trim it this low. I also have some spring onions growing here. There we are. Look at how good my Chinese cabbage looks. Look at that. Oh, there's something about growing your own food, I'm telling you. What's wrong? Of what? What are you scared of? Hold on. Apparently April is scared of something. Let's see what the trouble is. What are you scared of? What? What is it? Oh, it looks like a wasp's house. There are probably wasps around here, and the house has fallen. Let's just throw it. I'll throw it in the bin. There's nothing inside. Okay. Okay. So the crisis has been averted. Anyway, we move on to bougainvillea. Look at this pretty bougainvillea racks. Look at that. So on this spot there are actually two. This is one, and these ones down here are different. So this one is red and this one is pink. So I just trimmed this last week, and so I've been giving it a little bit more water because of the trimming. But otherwise, bougainvillea are drought resistant plants. They like to be watered maybe once every week or 2 weeks. They'll do just fine even if you water them like that. But because I did some serious trimming, I figured I need to water more so that I encourage more branches to grow. Okay, we come here now. This is a rose. I got this from the rose garden as well about 3 weeks to a month ago. This is the, can you see what it says? No, he's not awake. So this is the Saratoga floribunda white variety. I really wanted a white rose with big roses. I have that white one, but that's miniature. The roses are tiny. So I did not love this rose, but I really wanted a white one, so I bought it. And it was also only 138 kwacha, which I find is such a good deal, considering I've bought some rose plants for 200 kwacha, 150, and they're not that great, in that great shape. Most of them you really have to rehabilitate after you buy, but these ones they're in perfect shape. And of course you're not supposed to water the leaves because it encourages fungus growth and things, but I got carried away with the vlog that I ended up watering the leaves, but you should not do that. Okay, we'll come to this section of the garden. Section of the garden has mainly periwinkle. It's pretty much my periwinkle bed. Earlier in the year I had periwinkle this whole bed, so this section is mainly purple periwinkle, and as you can see they've already started germinating. That's them. I probably have to move some because they're just too many. But yeah, this is my periwinkle section. So I have my marigold on that end, and then I have the periwinkle from this point going this way. And I have another rose bush here. So this one is a beautiful blend of orange and pink. So this is the name, Shayla's Perfume Hybrid Tea, pink and yellow. Really beautiful. I just picked the last rose for my vase last week here. But I can already see that new roses are coming imminently there. So I'm happy about that. This place used to have so many rose bushes, but there's a point where we got overwhelmed by termites and all the roses got destroyed. So I'm in the process of bringing the roses back to this yard. What did you drop? Okay, go and get it, but don't wake Tavi up. Yeah, so I'm trying to restore our former glory, our former rose glory. I know. Okay, let's see how fast you can run. There she goes, little speed racer. Yay, she did it. Awesome. Okay, yeah. So I'm trying to bring back the roses to this yard. We had purple, we had orange, we had white, we had red. We had such beautiful variety of roses. So I'm on the hunt. I need to bring them back, bring those specific types back. Oh, thank you.
Look, I dropped these and this.
All right. Okay. So yes, that's my long-term plan, is to make sure I have rose bushes all over here. So I want to put another one right on this spot. And yeah, try to get all the colors back that we lost. Oh, there goes the plane. There it goes. We live near the airport, so there are always planes flying by. Look how pretty this palm tree looks with the sun just beyond the leaves. Oh, that's so nice. Anyway, we come back to our giant marigolds. Look how pretty they are. And there's several mutations. I got all these seeds from one head, but there's so many different mutations. So this one is like the single one, single petals. This one is yellow, others are dark yellow, others are light yellow. We even have some orange ones totally out of nowhere. So I'm very excited because this is the first time I'm growing this giant marigold variety. Yeah. And then I also have some zinnia. So the zinnia, this one, the zinnia remind me of my late uncle, my mom's younger brother. He used to bring her zinnia plants, and we had all the colors in our yard, and mom loved them. And recently she bought a few of them and she gave me some seeds, which is these that I've planted. So I have two sections. I have some here and this row over here. So far I'm not too happy with how they're doing. They seem to be stunted because I think I've had these in for maybe 3 months. They took the longest to germinate. This one germinated within a week. Shocking. And they've already started flowering. These are the ones I planted first, the ones that took long to germinate. They started flowering, but the flowers, the plants are still really tiny, and it looks like the flowers will be tiny as well. We'll have to wait and see. So I'm a bit disappointed. I expected a bit more than what I've got. But yeah, I'm happy at least they germinated. And then yeah, we have the bigger section here with the giant marigolds showing off in all their glory. They've been showing off for about 3 weeks now, and I can already see, we're beginning to see signs of aging. Very soon this will dry up, and yeah, I'll collect the seed and replant. I have a few beds down there that don't have anything in them, so I plan on planting marigold in those beds. But yeah, this is what it looks like in its full glory. Yeah. Okay. Sure. And then I've got another hibiscus. Here is the red variety. Not doing too well. Not doing too well. But it's better than it was before. I'm hoping that after this rainy season it will do better. But yeah, it's still standing. At least we're seeing healthier flowers and more robust leaves. So I'm happy about that. Okay, now we come to this bed. Have some sweet potatoes here. This bed seems to be the only bed where sweet potatoes can grow in this yard. I've tried to plant them down there. They just don't do very well. But here, they actually grow on their own. I didn't plant these. These are from several years ago. They just keep coming back. Yeah. So yeah, we have some sweet potatoes and we have some marigold. This time the orange, mini orange variety, as you can see. And then we have bougainvillea. I bought this off the side of the road as well. It cost 150 kwacha. Oh, by the way, all the roses I've shown you so far are from the rose garden and they cost only 138 when I bought them about a month ago. This I bought from a different source. Cost 150. As you can see, I put this to support the stem. It's still very flimsy. And I've been trimming the top because I'm trying to get more shoots up here. I don't want it to be just one long vine. So I keep trimming it to try and encourage more shoots on the sides here. So that's the long-term idea with this guy. I also have some purple sweet potato, although at the moment it looks very green. I don't know what's going on, but it's the purple variety and I plant these just for vanity, for aesthetics. I just like how they look. I've not tried cooking them to eat like we do for this. So in Zambia we eat these, the delicacy. Actually it was my daughter's favorite vegetable when she was little, sweet potato. I think I even have a video of her picking them and cooking them. She enjoys them. We come to this bed. I just removed the old marigolds last week from here and already we can see we have new shoots. This is marigold, so we have lots of them shooting up over here. So I expect in a few weeks this bed will be full of full of orange marigold, which I love. I'm excited about. And I also have a hibiscus plant here, this time an orange one, and it's doing quite well, although I'm planning to trim it so that we have more of a bushy type of arrangement. But again, it looks kind of nice, so maybe I'll leave it like this for now. Looks okay. It looks good. The flowers are, yeah, I think I'll leave it. On second thought, I'll just leave it. Okay. Now we come here, this section. I can see here as well, lots of. Okay, now we come to this bed. So this is jasmine, as you can see. I trimmed this tree about 3 months ago, and already we can see lots of new shoots, and also it's growing lots of babies as well. So I need a plug for flower pots. Everybody, if you know a place I can buy a large quantity of flower pots, good quality flower pots, to put all these plants in. So with jasmine, when you trim it, it encourages growth. These little babies grow from the roots. So for years I had never seen any little jasmine babies growing until last year when I trimmed it for the first time, and I saw a few shoots which I've put in the little growing plastic, the growing bags. And now this year when I've trimmed it again, I've seen more. So I'll have to transplant all these, put them in a separate pot Yeah. Now we come to this rose. Here's another one. This one I bought. Hold on, I need to think. Where did I buy this one from? I bought this one from those little. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I remember. Yeah. I bought this one from the plant store. No, I can't call it a store. I bought this one from the lady just along Zambezi Road, opposite. What filling station is that? I think I got it for 150 kwacha. Look at how impressive that budding is. Yeah. No, hold on, I need to think. Yeah, I bought it off the side of the road because if it were from the rose garden, it would have had the tag. Yeah, so this one is off the side of the road and it's an orange-ish, pinkish variety. Very pretty. And it's doing really well. At the rose garden, when I asked them about plant care for the roses, they advised that I apply D compound once a month, and I just did that about a week ago. And look how well the roses are doing. Look, so healthy, robust leaves, beautiful. Okay. Plant whose name I cannot pronounce. It's yellow musandia, something to that effect. Grows really pretty little yellow flowers. So it grows, actually it turns into a tree. I trimmed it because again, it was really looking terrible. The leaves were yellow and there were very few leaves, so then you branch and yeah. So I trimmed it and now look how well it's doing. I expect by Christmas time it will be that big and we'll see lots of pretty yellow flowers. Okay, now we come to my other rose bush. This one is called Shocking Blue. Mauve. That's the name of this one. Do I remember what color it is? Oh yeah, it's like a purple rose color. Looks purple. And so it's doing well also. I put the compound on it at the same time. So I did all the roses on the same day. Of course, we have our lemongrass there. And then have this one. This is a pink rose, as you can see. This produces the biggest rose I've ever seen. I'm going to insert a photo of it here so you can see, but it's like the size of my hand. It's huge and it's gorgeous. But I've noticed that it has these two shoots that look very much like climbing roses, and yet they're coming from the same stem, so it's a bit of a mystery. Google said sometimes you have certain branches So you can have these vegetables producing for up to and even exceeding 5 years, and they have a very unique taste and smell. I love the way they taste. They're also one of my favorite vegetables. Reminds me of when I was little. We used to grow them a lot in the garden, and at lunchtime my aunt would pick them and would have them for lunch with our protein. Usually it would be like chicken feet, chicken necks, chicken heads, that type of thing. That would be lunch. And then supper would have the main part. Oh, and also the intestines, yummy. They're very delicious when you fry them. And finally, this is the bed where I'm going to stop, because I've not yet worked on these beds. I've been removing the topsoil and putting manure to all these beds, so I'm working my way this way. So I don't water this side because I've not yet put the manure. So I usually stop right here. So when I get manure, I'm going to remove the soil and then put manure, and then we'll probably plant marigold in there as well, because marigold is easy to grow, low maintenance, and it's beautiful. It makes your garden look beautiful. Yeah. I think I need to find a shady spot to end the video. I think I'm going to end it here. It's been quite long. It's been quite long. So yeah. Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please don't forget to like, to comment, to subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.